Corey again. Wanted to come to you guys with a deck profile of my top 8 third place deck profile of DDDs. Today it's the new sexy ARG top 8 cut mats and the ARG Nationals invite. Today I played against Clifford, round 1. Round 2 was against ABC. Round 3 was my friend Jose, who was my only 2 losses of the day with his Yang Zings. And round 4 was against a burn deck that basically lost as soon as I made King Calicut. And then we went top 8, but we didn't have enough players to do the full top 8 playout, so we did top 4 playout. I squeezed in going in 4th, but let me get started with the deck profile. So we got 3 DD Savant Kepler. He is your Rhoda for every single dark contract card you play. You got 3 DD, Triple D, Oblivion King, Best Ragnarok. He is basically your rank 8 combo maker. He basically turns himself into just a quick field material for your Hope Titanic and your turn. And he special summons back stuff and banishes problematic monsters, which is always a good sign. 2 DD Savant Kepler. He has 2 different effects. His pendulum effect is that you prevent yourself from burn damage, and you can pendulum some DD monsters, which really don't really pendulum summon a lot, but you can. And he's an Armageddon Knight from the deck if you normally special summon him for DDs or dark contracts, so you can send a dark contract if you need certain dark contracts, and you can get rid of another card for it. 2 DD Savant Kepler. When he's pendulum.
Oh, you mean Thomas, right?
Thomas, yeah. Sorry. I think it was King Kepler. I don't know. Thomas, basically, you pop one of your skills and you special summon another level 8 DDD monster. So he turns into King Calicut and or Hope Titanic. And his pendulum effect lets you add 1 face of dark DD monster. Yeah, DD monster from your extra deck, except 1 face of DD pendulum monster in your extra deck. And then what else is it? Play this. The last pendulum you play is DD Orthos, the out to problematic floodgates, vanities, emptiness, skill drain, stuff like that. Lose the turns. Other than that, when you special summon, you can only special summon fiends for the rest of that turn, so he's just kind of there for the out to floodgates. The Heart and Soul deck, DD Swirl Slime, fusion summon from hand, and you can banish him, special summon any DD from your hand. Necro Slime is your miracle fusion of the deck. 3 of him. 3 DD Lamia. She is the new one. She's your tuner. She makes your Siegfried, Alexander, Crystal Wings, Armageddon Knights, everything. Every little synchro you can make it for the deck. You can special summon her by sending 1 face of Dark Contract or DD from your field to the graveyard or hand to the graveyard. Special summon her but banish her when she uses that effect to leave the field. 2 Maxi. We're ending up the monsters at 22. And then we play 3 DD contract or Dark Contract with the Gates. I played a lot of consistency cards just to try and get the deck going to get combo pieces. This is your continuous Rhoda for every turn, but you take 1,000. 3 Allure Darkness. 2 Pot of Desires, because why the hell not? Get all the consistency. 2 Dark Contract with the Swamp King. This card actually sometimes unbricks hands. Like if you open up Necro Slime this and like any other monster, you can turn it into a quick fusion and helps out a little bit when needed. And then it just, I only play 2 because I feel like it needs to have it in case you banish the first one with Desires. And then a bunch of 1-ofs. You have Foolish, Regeki, and 1-for-1. And the one card that I beat my first round opponent, which was Cleese with today, I didn't beat her, but I trolled her by top decking the 1 copy of Twin Twister in my main deck. It's kind of really trolls you right there. That's it for spells. You play 14 spells, and then you play 4 traps, 2 of them being Dimensional Barrier, Great Against Mirror Match, Vanity's Emptiness, and Dark Contract with the Witch. And Dark Contract with the Witch, basically, it gives your monsters an extra 1,000, so it makes it really hard to beat over some monsters on your if you, like if your opponent goes into an attack with like a 25 or 24 or 28, whatever, and you have this face up, you turn your monster at least into a 3k beat stick, most of the time. And then you can pop cards, so it's a Regeki break. Alright guys, time for me to get to my side deck. Side deck was kind of janky. I would say there's only a few cards in here I definitely would change. Ghost Ogre Snarbet is okay in the mirror match. It definitely gets rid of the contracts when they search, so it does help out a little bit with that. And it does help out with Gusting Alexanders to clear out board problems. Definitely helps out against ABCs, against their Union Hangers. 2 DD Crow for the mirror match to stop when they target their Lamias, ruin the Lamia plays, ruin the Swirl Slime and the Necro Slime plays. And it's pretty good against ABCs, like just Banish a Letter. 2 Gamma Seal out problematic cards like Toad and ABC Buster Dragon. 3 System Down. 2 Twin Twister, remain one side 2, might as well. Card that most Pendulum players always hate. Anti-Spell Fragrance. Just a wreckage. And then 1 copy of Typhoon, because it's one of those cards like you look at in the mirror match and your opponent goes draw, you go draw standby, and they go, okay, activate anti-spell. If you have no face-up spell or trap cards, you just activate from your hand, outing the Vanity's Emptiness. So it's not it's terrible, but I would replace it for something else. Don't know what yet. I'm still working on that. Extra deck, I play 1 Triple D Wave King
Caesar Ragnarok.
Yeah, Wave King Caesar Ragnarok. You don't really ever make him, but when you do, 9 times out of 10, he generally helps win games. You basically use him to steal your opponent's monsters, and you beat them down for life points by sending one of their face-up Dark Contracts or DD monsters from your field to your hand. And he doesn't have to attack him if he's attacked. 1 Beowulf, he's piercing and a heavy storm during your standby phase, so it helps prevent yourself from burning yourself with your contracts. 2 D'Arc. D'Arc is really powerful because sometimes it helps you just set up for a quick level 8 synchro. Other than that, it helps prevent you from burning if you don't open up the best of hands.
How'd you feel about her at 2?
At times, I think 1 was kind of iffy because you needed the second one to make that level 8. Or against, like, just rogue decks, like burning yourself, this kind of just helps. 2 Flame King Genghis. There's times where I actually want a third one because I feel 2's just not enough. Like, you make 2 and then you lose it, and then, like, there's times where you want to make that third one. So I'm thinking about putting it up to 3 and changing a little bit of other stuff in the deck itself, which would probably be the only card I'd take out because I never really went into is Oblivion King. But yeah, he is your go-to combo piece to start everything. He turns into your Gusking Alexanders. He turns into every little card you need to make Hope Titanic, Crystal Wing, Siegfried. For Synchros, the 1 Formula Synchron, Gusking Alexander. When you know more specials on another DD monster, you special summon level 4 or lower. So like you can go him, fusion summon with Necro Swirl, make a Genghis. His effect triggers special summoning a Lamia, you synchro to Siegfried, and then you make the whole combo piece. Crimson Blader was just a tech choice kind of card.
And how did you feel about it today?
Today, I felt like it was good. It does help a little bit in certain matchups. I never really made it, so I think this or Wave King, Oblivion King, Caesar Ragnarok, the Pendant Fusion, I might cut this out for another Genghis because I don't feel like I make him very often. When I do, he's just there. Siegfried, Captain Clutch.
And only 1?
Yeah, all I really need is 1. 2's too many. Usually you can recycle it back. If they strike or warning this, then you're a little upset, but if they're striking this, that shows how desperate they really are. Like, they should have striked probably the Synchro Summon of Alexander, or strike the effect of a slime or something. Like, this card's just one of those things, like, if you strike this, you know you messed up, because that means I've gone way too far. But basically, so with him, he negates any face-up spell or trap card that is activated or that's currently activated. So, for example, your opponent goes Pot of Desires, banish 10, you can negate it, and they still banish the 10 as cost. And like the Raigeki, anything like that. And then when he's destroyed by battle or by card effect sent to the graveyard, you gain 1,000 for each face-up contract. So he does help out with a little bit of the burn damage you take. 1 Cyframe Lord Omega, shout out to my girlfriend for letting me use hers, because that's technically hers, not mine. It helps.
Did it put in work today at least?
I think I made it once. I don't think I really made it though today. I think most of that I was making Siegfried Crystal Wing because those were the more consistent plays I was seeing. But other than that, like, it's during either player's turn, you can banish this card in 1 card in your opponent's hand, and during your opponent's standby phase, you can return 1 of your combo pieces. Like Necro Slime, for me, is usually my first target, unless I don't if I don't have a Necro Slime in graveyard, it's a Lamia. I've already have one. If I don't have a Necro Slime, I return the Necro Slime, because if they out my board, I have 1 quick rebuttal play to get something else.
Seems solid.
1 Crystal Wing Synchron Dragon. you make him because he shits on the mirror match and he shits on ABC's like, hey, that's cute. Shits on a little bit of everything else. He's just a 3K beat stick, so like if you kaiju, I did this to somebody today. I kaiju'd one of his monsters, and he had left it was my only loss to the only person who beat me today. He had a Seraph Knight in defense mode, a couple other monsters, and I made Crystal Wing and a bunch of other and a Beowulf. So I Beowulfed into the Seraph Knight that was at 0-0 for 3K, and then I had Crystal Wing run into the Gamma Seal I gave him for another 3K, and then I put him at 6,000 right off the bat in damage. And he gets monster effects. And then none of the synchro I don't ever make, but sometimes I wish I did, is Trish, because why the hell not? It's Trish. And then we only played 2 Exceeds in the deck because I really need to. 1 Hope Titanic for the main combo engine to out most of your opponent's stuff, like spells. And then this guy, man, Duo Dawn King Kalyuga. This card is so powerful. Like, if this deck was very viable and this was like the key card to go to, this card would get banned. Against Paleozoics, you drop this on them and they just lose. You blow out all their back row. Like, you go first, make your board, drop this, and you go past turn. They go set 5, you go end phase, heavy storm their board. And you're like, oh, cool, you don't have nothing. And when he's summoned, he's a skill drain and a cold wave. So, like, you summon him, skill drains all cards on the field, and then you blow up the board. And, so my round 4 matchup, my opponent was playing Nurse Refkill Burn, and he goes set 5, pass, and I'm like, okay, I make him, and I'm like, summon response. He's like, nothing. I'm like, okay, effect, blow up the board, and he's like, okay, yeah, you win. He had 1 card in hand. He knew he couldn't get over this. It was 35 right to the face. And then he searches another Dark Contract. That's it for me, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Shout outs to Jose Gonzalez, my only tiebreaker, who actually went to win the entire tournament. Shout out to DJ. Shout out to my girlfriend for filming this video. Shout out to my homie Bruce for going with us to the tournament today. Definitely like, comment, subscribe on the page. Peace out.